Did you know that something as simple as squeezing lemon into your drink or food could quietly cause health issues, especially after the age of 60? Lemons have a reputation for being one of the healthiest fruits out there. They're refreshing, full of vitamin C, and often recommended for detox, immunity, and digestion. But here's the surprising truth. When lemon is combined with certain foods, it can create more harm than good. For many seniors in the US, this simple mistake has led to uncomfortable bloating, unexpected sugar spikes, or even painful kidney stones. And the shocking part is most people don't even realize lemon is part of the problem. Today we're going to look at 3 common foods that should never be mixed with lemon if you're over 60. Let's start with dairy. Milk, yogurt, cheese, even that splash of cream in your morning coffee might seem innocent enough. But when combined with lemon, your digestive system can pay the price. Lemon juice is high in citric acid, and when this acid meets the calcium in milk or yogurt, a reaction occurs that makes the proteins curdle. You've probably seen this happen when you accidentally add lemon juice to warm milk. It separates into clumps. Now imagine that happening inside your stomach. For a younger person with strong digestive power, the body may still handle it without major issues. But for older adults whose stomach acid and enzymes naturally decline with age, it can mean heaviness, indigestion, and discomfort. Instead of nourishing the body, that lemon yogurt parfait or lemon-infused latte can lead to gas, bloating, or even diarrhea. There's actual research backing this up. Food Chemistry reported how citric acid changes the structure of dairy proteins, while another study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition explained how older adults are more vulnerable to calcium malabsorption when acids are introduced in the wrong way. I remember a neighbor of mine, Joyce, who swore by her bedtime habit of warm milk with lemon for detox. She thought it was helping her body cleanse, but every night she woke up nauseous and bloated. Once she stopped pairing the two, the problem disappeared almost instantly. Her lesson is now yours. Lemon and dairy simply don't mix well, especially for seniors. The second common mistake is combining lemon with refined sugar. Think about lemonade made with white sugar, lemon cake, or even just stirring sugar into lemon tea. On the surface, it feels harmless, but when you're managing blood sugar after 60, this pairing can be risky. Here's why. Lemon's citric acid slows down how your body processes glucose. Normally, when you eat something sweet, your blood sugar rises, and insulin is released to help move that sugar into your cells for energy. But research shows that too much acid can interfere with insulin's efficiency. Instead of clearing sugar from your blood quickly, it lingers longer, which can cause sharp spikes followed by sudden drops. For someone already dealing with pre-diabetes or type 2 diabetes, a condition that affects nearly 1 in 4 seniors in America, according to the CDC, this effect can make management harder. Even if you haven't been diagnosed, your body becomes naturally less insulin sensitive as you age. Pairing a sweet pastry or sugary drink with lemon may make you feel dizzy, sluggish, or strangely hungry again within the hour. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism even found that acidic foods can reduce insulin sensitivity by up to 20% when eaten alongside refined carbohydrates. That's enough to put real stress on your system over time. My friend Frank learned this after years of enjoying homemade lemonade every afternoon with 2 spoonfuls of sugar. It was his ritual, but he always felt exhausted afterward. His doctor later confirmed his glucose levels were unstable. The fix: switching to unsweetened lemon water and saving the sweet treat for another time. Almost immediately, his energy returned. Sometimes it's not about cutting things out completely, but about not combining them in ways that work against your health. The third group of foods to be cautious with may surprise you because they're usually considered super healthy. Spinach, beets, and peanuts. These foods are rich in antioxidants, fiber, and minerals that support heart and brain health. But they also contain high amounts of oxalates, naturally occurring compounds that, when paired with the citric acid and lemon, can bind together and form tiny crystals. Over time, these crystals can grow into kidney stones, and kidney stones are not just uncomfortable, they can be excruciating, sometimes even requiring a hospital visit. Seniors are more at risk because kidney function naturally slows down with age, making it harder to flush these compounds out of the body. The National Kidney Foundation reports that adults over 60 are significantly more likely to develop stones, and diet plays a major role. The Clinical Journal of the American Society of Nephrology even found that diets high in both oxalates and acids increased calcium oxalate stone formation in older adults. What does that look like in everyday life? Imagine a spinach salad topped with lemon vinaigrette, or a beet and lemon smoothie that feels detoxifying. For a 65-year-old, that habit done regularly could quietly set the stage for kidney trouble. I once knew a woman named Linda who loved her morning beet juice with lemon. She thought it was purifying her liver, but after 2 painful trips to the emergency room, doctors explained, she was building up oxalates without realizing it. She changed her routine, kept enjoying lemon, but separated it from those high oxalate foods. Since then, no more stones. The takeaway is simple. Lemon itself is not the problem, but how you combine it makes all the difference. Dairy, refined sugar, and oxalate-rich foods may be fine on their own, but when mixed with lemon, they can lead to digestive upset, unstable blood sugar, or kidney stone risks, especially for seniors. By avoiding these combinations, you protect your health and keep lemon as the ally it's meant to be. For years now, lemon water has been praised as the ultimate health habit. You've probably seen it in magazines, wellness blogs, and even on TV. Start your morning with a glass of lemon water to detox, boost your immune system, and kickstart digestion. It sounds simple, safe, and almost too good to be true. But here's the reality, especially for older adults. While lemon water can be refreshing and beneficial when it's used the wrong way, it can quietly create problems that only show up after weeks, months, or even years of daily use. And the truth is, once you're past 60, your body doesn't always respond the same way it did when you were younger. That one glass of lemon water might not be as harmless as you think. Let's start with timing, because when you drink lemon water matters just as much as how you drink it. Many people have gotten into the habit of sipping lemon water first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. It feels cleansing, almost like a fresh start to the day. But for someone over 60, whose stomach lining may already be more sensitive, that sharp hit of citric acid can irritate the esophagus and stomach. Over time, this irritation can trigger acid reflux, heartburn, or even worsen gastritis. I remember speaking with a gentleman named Robert, who proudly told me he never missed his morning lemon water, but he also complained of a burning sensation in his chest that his doctor had diagnosed as GERD. When he adjusted his routine to drink lemon water after breakfast instead of before, the reflux improved dramatically. Sometimes it's not about quitting lemon water altogether, but about finding the right timing for your body. Another hidden risk is tooth enamel erosion. Seniors are already more vulnerable to dental issues, whether from receding gums, dry mouth caused by medications, or years of natural wear. The citric acid in lemon can wear down enamel, the protective layer on your teeth, making them more sensitive and prone to cavities. The American Dental Association has warned about acidic beverages, including lemon water, as a top contributor to enamel damage. If you've ever felt a sudden twinge of sensitivity when sipping something cold, it may not be age alone, it could be the effect of daily acidic drinks. One simple change can make a big difference here. Instead of sipping lemon water slowly throughout the morning, which prolongs acid exposure, drink it more quickly and then rinse your mouth with plain water. Some even use a straw to minimize contact with teeth. My neighbor Carol, who loves her morning lemon water, now drinks it with a straw and follows it up with a rinse. A dentist noticed less enamel wear at her next visit. Small adjustments like these protect your smile for years to come. Beyond timing and teeth, we also need to talk about interactions with medications. After 60, it's not uncommon to be taking prescriptions for blood pressure, cholesterol, or arthritis. And here's what most people don't realize. Lemon, like grapefruit, can interfere with how certain medications are absorbed or metabolized. For example, lemon juice may reduce the effectiveness of calcium channel blockers, a common type of blood pressure medication, by affecting how the liver breaks them down. It can also irritate the stomach when paired with aspirin or nonsteroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, increasing the risk of gastritis or ulcers. I knew a retired teacher named Helen who always washed down her morning pills with lemon water because she thought it was healthier than plain water. But after weeks of stomach pain, her doctor told her to stop mixing the two. Within days, the discomfort eased. Always check with your doctor or pharmacist if lemon water is safe to have alongside your medication schedule. Sometimes it's as simple as spacing it out a couple of hours. Another thing most people overlook is kidney strain. Lemons are famous for their citric acid, but too much acid in the system can affect kidney balance. For someone with healthy kidneys, this isn't usually a big deal. But after 60, kidney function naturally declines. Add in the fact that many seniors are on medications that already stress the kidneys, and suddenly drinking large amounts of lemon water throughout the day could contribute to stone formation or even mild dehydration if you're not balancing it with enough plain water. One woman I met at a community health fair, Alice, told me proudly that she drank lemon water all day long as her only beverage. She thought she was doing her body a favor, but her doctor later warned that the constant acid load, combined with her reduced kidney function, was actually raising her risk of stone formation. Once she started alternating lemon water with plain water, things improved. Finally, there's the issue of overdoing it. Like many health habits, people often assume if a little is good, more must be better, but too much lemon water can throw off your body's natural balance. Excess acid can upset digestion, leading to bloating, cramping, or even diarrhea. In some cases, it can make joint pain worse in those sensitive to uric acid buildup. The idea is not to avoid lemon water, but to treat it like a supplement rather than a cure-all. A slice or two of lemon in a glass of water once or twice a day is usually more than enough. Lemon water can still be a wonderful ritual. It's refreshing, hydrating, and full of vitamin C. But after 60, your body has different needs, and paying attention to when you drink it, how much you drink, and whether it interacts with your medications or teeth can mean the difference between a helpful habit and a harmful one. Lemon has become a symbol of health. From lemon water challenges online to detox recipes in magazines, it's hard to avoid the message that this little fruit is a miracle worker. And yes, lemon does offer vitamin C, antioxidants, and a refreshing flavor that makes drinking water easier. But here's the truth most people don't talk about. Too much lemon, especially after the age of 60, can quietly create more problems than benefits. Sometimes it's not the lemon itself that's dangerous, but the way it interacts with the body as we get older. Seniors often already deal with sensitive digestion, weaker enamel, slower kidney function, and changes in circulation. Adding excess lemon into the mix can make those issues worse. So let us walk through 5 hidden side effects that can sneak up on you when lemon is overused. The first and most obvious one is tooth enamel damage. Many people think of soda or candy as harmful for teeth, but acidic drinks like lemon water can be just as bad over time. Lemon is packed with citric acid, which can erode enamel, the protective outer layer of your teeth. Once enamel is worn away, it doesn't grow back. Teeth become sensitive, brittle, and more prone to cavities. Seniors already face a higher risk because of gum recession and dryness caused by medications, which exposes more tooth surface to acid. I remember a friend of mine, Patricia, who carried a water bottle with lemon slices everywhere she went. It was her secret to staying hydrated. But after a couple of years, her dentist noticed thinning enamel and new cavities, even though she brushed regularly. She was shocked to learn her healthy habit was partly to blame. Dentists often recommend using a straw, rinsing with water afterward, or keeping lemon water to just once a day to reduce the damage. Without those precautions, enamel erosion becomes one of the most common side effects of overdoing lemon. The second side effect is acid reflux and heartburn. Lemon's acidity can irritate the lower esophagus and trigger reflux, especially when consumed on an empty stomach. As we age, the muscles that keep stomach acid from rising into the esophagus weaken. That's why many older adults struggle with GERD or frequent heartburn. Adding lemon regularly can make the burning worse. I once spoke with Robert, a retiree who loved starting his day with hot lemon water, because he read it was cleansing. Within weeks he started experiencing nighttime reflux, waking up with a sour taste in his mouth. His doctor explained that the extra acid from lemon was worsening his symptoms. Once he cut back to having lemon only a few times a week and never before bed, his reflux improved dramatically. It's a reminder that lemon might not be the right choice for everyone, and for those already struggling with acid reflux, it can quickly turn into a daily discomfort. The third hidden side effect is surprising to many people. Migraines, citrus fruits, including lemon, contain compounds like tyramine that can trigger headaches in sensitive individuals. Not everyone experiences this, but seniors who already deal with tension, headaches, or migraines may find that their symptoms get worse after too much lemon. Studies have suggested that tyramine can affect blood vessel function and neurotransmitters in ways that bring on a headache. I remember Linda, a 62-year-old who swore by her daily lemon water routine. She started noticing pounding headaches a couple of hours after drinking it. At first, she thought it was dehydration, but when she skipped the lemon and drank plain water, the headaches didn't come. For her, lemon was an unexpected migraine trigger. If you're prone to headaches, it's worth testing whether lemon might be a factor. The fourth side effect is joint pain in people who are sensitive to uric acid buildup. While lemon is often thought to alkalize the body, its citric acid content can sometimes worsen conditions like gout or arthritis when consumed excessively. Seniors are particularly vulnerable because uric acid levels tend to rise with age, and medications like diuretics can add to the problem. Gout flare-ups are incredibly painful, usually showing up in the big toe or other joints. I recall a man named Henry who added lemon juice to every meal, believing it was helping his joints. Instead, he ended up with more frequent flare-ups until his doctor asked him to scale back. For him, lemon wasn't the cure, it was quietly fueling the issue. Moderation is the key here. The fifth and final hidden side effect comes from skin sensitivity. Lemon juice applied directly to the skin or consumed in large amounts can increase the risk of phytophotodramatitis, a reaction where the skin becomes more sensitive to sunlight. This can lead to redness, rashes, or even blistering after sun exposure. While this is more common in people who use lemon in homemade skincare, seniors who spend time gardening or walking outside may notice their skin reacting differently if they've been drinking a lot of lemon water. A woman I met at a senior center, Margaret, loved squeezing lemon over her salads every day and sipping lemon tea in the afternoon. She didn't connect it at first, but her dermatologist explained that the recurring rashes on her arms were linked to her citrus-heavy diet and sun exposure. Once she reduced her intake and wore long sleeves outdoors, her skin calmed down. What these examples show is that too much lemon isn't always harmless. For younger people with strong enamel, flexible digestion, and fast metabolism, the risks might not show up for years. But for older adults, where small imbalances can snowball into bigger problems, lemon can quickly shift from a health booster to a hidden irritant. Intermelodocian reflux, headaches, joint pain, and skin sensitivity are not conditions anyone wants to deal with in their retirement years. Lemon can still be part of a healthy lifestyle, but paying attention to how your body responds and not assuming more is always better can make all the difference. When people talk about healthy aging, the conversation often turns to small daily habits. One of the most common is lemon water. It's refreshing, it feels cleansing, and it has become almost symbolic of living clean. But as with many health practices, the details matter more than the idea itself. For seniors especially, the right way to drink lemon water can make the difference between a ritual that supports your body and one that gradually creates hidden problems. What works at 30 doesn't always work at 70, because digestion slows down, enamel wears thin, and the body handles nutrients and acids differently. That's why it's so important to learn not just the benefits of lemon water, but how to use it wisely after 60. The first thing to consider is dilution. Many people squeeze half a lemon or even a whole lemon into a single glass of water, believing more juice means more benefits. The problem is that the stronger the concentration of citric acid, the harsher the effect on your teeth, stomach lining, and even your kidneys. For someone in their 60s or 70s, a quarter of a lemon in a full glass of water is usually enough to get vitamin C and flavor without overwhelming the body. I remember a woman named Joan who believed she was protecting her immune system by drinking very strong lemon water twice a day. She started noticing her teeth becoming increasingly sensitive, and eventually her dentist warned her to cut back. Once she diluted the juice more heavily, she kept the refreshing taste without further enamel damage. Another key point is timing. Drinking lemon water first thing in the morning on an empty stomach is popular advice, but it doesn't suit everyone. Seniors with acid reflux, gastritis, or sensitive stomachs often find that lemon water before food leads to heartburn or indigestion. A better approach is to pair it with a meal or drink it after eating. This helps buffer the acid and reduces irritation. One gentleman I knew, Richard, used to start every morning with lemon water before breakfast, because he read it was detoxifying. Unfortunately, he spent most mornings battling burning in his chest. When he switched to having lemon water after lunch instead, the discomfort disappeared. Timing can transform lemon water from a trigger to a support. The way you drink it also matters. Sipping lemon water slowly throughout the day may seem like a good way to stay hydrated, but it means your teeth are constantly bathed in acid. For someone with already thinning enamel, that's a recipe for sensitivity and cavities. Dentists often suggest drinking it in one sitting and then rinsing with plain water. Some even recommend using a straw to minimize contact with teeth. I met a retired teacher named Evelyn who always carried lemon water in a bottle, sipping it for hours. Her dentist eventually noticed significant erosion. Now she still enjoys it, but she drinks it in a single sitting and rinses afterward. That small change has saved her from further damage. It's also important to consider medication. Seniors often take prescriptions for blood pressure, cholesterol, arthritis, or other chronic conditions, and lemon can sometimes interfere with how these drugs are absorbed. For example, drinking lemon water too close to taking medication may reduce effectiveness or increase stomach irritation. The safest habit is to keep at least a 1 to 2 hour gap between lemon water and your prescriptions. A friend of mine, Harold, used to swallow his morning pills with lemon water because he thought it was healthier than plain water. After repeated stomach discomfort, his doctor explained that the acidity was making his medication harder to tolerate. By switching to plain water for pills and saving lemon water for later, he avoided the irritation while still keeping the habit. Kidney health is another factor. Lemon contains compounds that can help prevent certain types of kidney stones, but too much can strain already aging kidneys, especially in those with reduced function. Seniors often forget that kidneys naturally become less efficient over time. Drinking lemon water all day long, in place of plain water, can create an acid imbalance. A safer method is moderation. 1 or 2 glasses of diluted lemon water per day, balanced with plenty of plain water. My neighbor, Alice, learned this the hard way. She replaced all her fluids with lemon water, believing it was superior hydration. Over time, she developed mild dehydration and discomfort linked to her kidneys. Once she balanced lemon water with regular water, her body responded much better. Temperature is another overlooked detail. Hot lemon water is often promoted as soothing, but high temperatures can actually intensify acidity's impact on teeth and the stomach. Warm or room temperature water is usually gentler. A man named Carl shared with me that his dentist specifically advised him to avoid very hot lemon water because of how quickly it wore down his enamel. When he switched to room temperature, he noticed far less tooth sensitivity. Finally, it's worth remembering that lemon water should complement, not replace, other hydration and nutrition. It's not a cure. Seniors sometimes fall into the trap of over-relying on one habit, believing it will solve multiple health concerns. Lemon water can support hydration, add vitamin C, and freshen breath, but it doesn't replace a balanced diet, proper medication, or regular checkups. A healthy approach is to treat lemon water like an addition to an overall lifestyle, not the centerpiece of it. The right way to drink lemon water after 60 isn't about strict rules, but about balance. Dilute it, time it with meals, drink it in one sitting, rinse afterward, keep it separate from medications, balance it with plain water, and avoid extremes. With those small adjustments, what might otherwise cause harm becomes a safe, refreshing ritual that supports your body as it ages. When people think of lemon, the word toxic almost never comes to mind. Lemon is so closely tied to health, freshness, and cleansing that it feels impossible for it to cause harm. For many seniors, starting the day with lemon tea or adding lemon to water feels like a small act of self-care, and in many ways, it can be. But like all natural remedies, there's a line between benefit and risk. What most older adults don't realize is that lemon can cross that line faster than expected, especially when combined with medications, health conditions, or certain daily habits. For seniors, the very thing that seems protective can quietly turn into a hidden toxin in the body. One of the clearest examples is how lemon interacts with the digestive system. The acidity of lemon juice is powerful, and while younger people may shrug it off, older adults often have weaker stomach linings and a higher chance of conditions like gastritis or ulcers. When too much lemon is consumed, or when it's taken on an empty stomach, that acid can erode the protective lining of the stomach. Over weeks or months, this can lead to persistent discomfort, bloating, or even bleeding ulcers. I remember meeting a retired nurse named Helen who believed lemon tea every morning was protecting her from colds. Instead, she developed constant burning in her stomach and eventually discovered she had developed an ulcer. For her, lemon wasn't healing, it was quietly harming. Another hidden danger lies in medication interactions. Seniors are more likely to be on multiple prescriptions, and lemon juice can interfere with how these drugs are metabolized. Similar to grapefruit, lemon contains compounds that affect enzymes in the liver, particularly those involved in drug breakdown. This means certain medications like calcium channel blockers for blood pressure or statins for cholesterol may not work as intended when paired with large amounts of lemon. In some cases, this interference can cause too much of the drug to build up in the bloodstream, leading to dangerous side effects. I once heard of a man named Paul who faithfully drank lemon water with his blood pressure pill every morning. When his blood pressure began swinging unpredictably, his doctor discovered the lemon water was altering how his medication was absorbed. Simply switching to plain water with his pills stabilized his health. It's a reminder that even natural foods can act like hidden drugs in the body. For seniors with sensitive kidneys, lemon can also tip the balance in dangerous ways. Lemons are often praised for preventing kidney stones, because citric acid helps break down certain crystals. But when consumed in excess, that same acid can stress already aging kidneys, especially in those with chronic kidney disease. As kidneys lose efficiency with age, processing too much acid becomes a strain. Over time, this can lead to dehydration, mineral imbalances, or even worsening kidney function. One woman I knew, Margaret, drank lemon water as her only beverage, because she believed it kept her kidneys clean. Instead, her doctor warned her that she was actually overloading them. By alternating lemon water with plain water, she was able to protect her kidneys instead of harming them. Another surprising way lemon can turn toxic is through the skin. Lemon juice contains compounds called furocomerins, which react with sunlight. If someone spills lemon juice on their skin and then goes out into the sun, it can trigger a condition known as photophotodilatation. The result is painful blisters, burns, or dark patches on the skin. While this is more commonly seen in people who cook with lemon and forget to wash their hands, seniors who already have fragile skin are especially vulnerable. I remember a man named George who loved squeezing lemon over his grilled fish at family cookouts. He didn't wash his hands thoroughly before sitting in the sun, and by the next day he had painful blisters across his hands. Lemon didn't seem dangerous until it interacted with sunlight. We also need to talk about blood thinning. Lemon is rich in vitamin C and natural compounds that may have mild anticoagulant effects. For someone not on medication, this usually isn't a problem. But many seniors are prescribed blood thinners like warfarin or aspirin to prevent clots. Adding large amounts of lemon daily can amplify the blood thinning effect, increasing the risk of bruising or internal bleeding. I once heard about a woman named Doris who loved her lemon tea in the evening. She was also on aspirin for her heart. After noticing she bruised at the slightest touch, her doctor connected the dots. Her excessive lemon intake was making her blood too thin. Cutting back balanced things out again. Finally, lemon can act as a hidden toxin for those with weakened bones. While it might seem unrelated, too much acidity in the diet can leach calcium from bones. As the body works to maintain its internal pH balance, seniors who are already at risk of osteoporosis may find that excessive lemon worsens bone fragility. A man named Walter told me he drank very strong lemon water daily, because he believed it was alkalizing his body. Ironically, his doctor explained that the acid load may have been contributing to his declining bone density. Balance was the missing piece. All of these examples show that lemon itself isn't toxic in small amounts. It's the combination of age, health conditions, and daily choices that transform it into a hidden risk. For seniors, the body is more sensitive, less forgiving, and quicker to react to imbalances. That's why moderation, awareness, and timing matter so much. Lemon can heal or it can harm, and the difference lies in knowing how your body responds and respecting its limits. For many seniors, the idea of cutting back on lemon feels almost unthinkable. After all, lemon is fresh, cleansing, and often associated with good health. It's that splash of brightness in water, the temps in a salad, or the comforting sip of lemon tea before bed. But when you start to understand how lemon can sometimes work against the body, especially after 60, the natural next question is, what do you use instead? The good news is that nature has provided a whole family of safe, gentle alternatives that can bring similar benefits without the risks. By knowing which ones to reach for, you can still enjoy flavor, digestion, support, and immune strength, while giving your body the balance it truly needs. One of the most underrated substitutes for lemon is apple cider vinegar. At first it might sound too strong or too sour, but when diluted properly in warm water, it can mimic many of the digestive benefits of lemon without some of the same drawbacks. Apple cider vinegar contains acetic acid, which has been shown to help regulate blood sugar levels after meals and improve insulin sensitivity. This is especially important for seniors who may be dealing with diabetes or prediabetes. A study published in Diabetes Care found that participants who consumed vinegar with a high-carbohydrate meal had significantly lower blood sugar spikes, compared to those who didn't. A friend of mine, Martha, who was 66, used to drink lemon water every morning, but switched to a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar in warm water. She told me not only did it keep her digestion regular, but it also seemed to help curb her sweet cravings throughout the day. For her, this small shift made a big difference in energy levels and weight management. Another gentle alternative is ginger. Fresh ginger root can be sliced and steeped in warm water to create a naturally soothing tea. It carries many of the same digestive benefits as lemon, helping food move through the stomach and reducing bloating. but without the high acidity that can irritate the stomach lining or interact with medications. Ginger also has powerful anti-inflammatory properties, which are especially important for seniors who may struggle with arthritis, joint stiffness, or circulation problems. I remember hearing about a retired schoolteacher named Edward who dealt with cold hands and feet every winter. He swapped his lemon tea for ginger tea with a touch of honey, and not only did he feel warmer, but his digestion seemed calmer too. For seniors who want something warming and supportive, ginger is a safe, reliable partner. For those who enjoy the bright citrusy taste of lemon, but need a gentler option, consider oranges or mandarins. They provide a sweeter, less acidic form of vitamin C, while still supporting the immune system. The natural sugars in oranges also make them more palatable without needing to add refined sugar. A glass of freshly squeezed orange juice, diluted with water, can provide a refreshing drink without the same risk of curdling dairy, irritating ulcers, or interfering with certain medications. A neighbor of mine, Gloria, who is in her 70s, switched from her lemon-infused water to a slice of orange in her daily water pitcher. She found it gave her the same refreshing taste, but without the stomach irritation she used to feel. If the goal is cleansing and hydration, cucumber water is another excellent alternative. Cucumbers are naturally alkaline, rich in antioxidants, and extremely hydrating. They help flush out toxins gently without overloading the kidneys with acid. For seniors who need to protect kidney function, cucumber water is a safer, milder option that can still support urinary health. It is easy to prepare. Just slice a few rounds of cucumber and let them infuse in a jug of water. Some people like to add a sprig of mint for extra freshness. I knew a man named Harold, 72, who struggled with kidney stones. His doctor advised him to cut back on lemon, so he turned to cucumber water instead. Within months, he noticed fewer urinary issues and felt better overall. Turmeric, when used properly, can also stand in as a healing alternative to lemon. Though it doesn't offer the same citrus tang, it supports the body in unique ways. When mixed into warm milk or added to teas with a pinch of black pepper, turmeric can reduce inflammation, support liver function, and protect joints. Seniors dealing with arthritis, digestive sluggishness, or even fatigue may find that turmeric drinks offer comfort without acidity. My Aunt Kathy, who had to stop drinking lemon water because of her reflux, now makes a golden milk with turmeric and a bit of honey. She says it not only soothes her stomach, but also helps her sleep better at night. Even simple herbal teas, like chamomile, peppermint or rooibos, can serve as safe alternatives. They offer calming, digestive, and antioxidant benefits without the risks of acid overload. Chamomile, in particular, is a gentle ally for seniors struggling with sleep or anxiety. For many older adults, part of the ritual of lemon water, or TISNT, just the lemonade S, the warmth, the pause, the act of caring for oneself. By choosing herbal teas, seniors can keep the ritual alive, while giving their bodies something softer and safer. Ultimately, it isn't about giving up lemon entirely, but about balance and listening to the body. For seniors who find that lemon causes discomfort, interferes with their medications, or increases their risk of certain conditions, these alternatives can provide the same sense of health and ritual without the hidden dangers. Apple cider vinegar, ginger, oranges, cucumber, turmeric, and herbal teas each bring unique strengths, and rotating them through the week can give the body a full spectrum of gentle support. With small, mindful swaps, it's possible to keep the feeling of freshness and vitality alive, while protecting long-term health in a way that truly supports aging gracefully.